Hello? There we go. Hello, chat. Dude, I fucking hate Bobber. Dude will Eve messaged me out of the blue and was like, do you want to do something? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'd be down to play in a stream. And he's like, no, I meant right now. And I'm like, it's fucking 11 p.m., but sure, man. You D&D? Yeah, this is a test run of an idea that me and Bobber have been brainstorming for a while. We've been brainstorming it for a while, and we were doing it, the setup to finally make it work. And then Bobber said, do you want to run a test run of this right now? And I'm like, sure, I guess. So, I will describe it, I'll describe it in more detail, but, hey, you guys ready to play D&D? I'm sorry I didn't ask you beforehand, but you guys are playing D&D tonight. Yeah. I didn't bring any character sheets. Don't worry. I have an artist on standby. Easy. Put the fucking Oblivion music on, man. Give me Harvest Dawn.
If you want it, then you'll have to take it.
Survive.
So, do you ever fix your D&D starting suit screen? No, but I can just show you the D&D screen. This is Mr. Rondo. This was Bobber's test. He's for drawing a guy in 7 seconds and importing him into Foundry Virtual Tabletop. You know what? Here, I'll take you to the, I'll take you to the world map. It'll be your intro screen. Welcome. I'm gonna undeafen. That to give you the
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Are you about to tell
Bobber.
them how this is gonna
I
work?
was about to tell them what it is, but I think we can do it together. I think that's
Okay, sounds good. How about you tell them what your role is, and then I'll tell them what my role is.
okay. Yeah, sure. So this is an idea that me and Bobber have been cooking for a while. I think we had this idea a while back. You had this idea,
Long
and
ass
then
time
I
ago.
had some ideas on top of it. And then
Yes.
we were fucking Bobber messaged me out of the blue tonight. It was like, "Want to do something?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And like, well, what do we do? And we were brainstorming. We were talking about this idea. And I'm like, "This would." I was like, "Oh, this could work like this. We could like this kind of stuff." And then it was like. He fucking just out of the blue was like dude, what I didn't realize is that when Bobber says you want to do something, he meant right now.
That's how it is. If you ask anyone, if you ask Daisy, if you ask Tana, if you ask anyone, that's how I am. I literally, when I have the mood and motivate, it's like dwarves when they try to craft something in Dwarf Fortress.
Yeah, and I
like,
was like, yeah, dude, it is. He hit the fucking fell mood, and I was like, oh yeah, I can plan this and this and that. I could get like a this together. And he's like, do you want to do a test run of it right now? Once we got everything working, I'm like, fuck it, I guess. Okay, so this is an idea that we're calling Dungeons and Drawings. It is a collaborative D&D and art stream happening in parallel with each other.
yes.
Where you guys will take part in a D&D adventure as the players. You all in chat will be the role of the players. I will be the role of the game master steering you on the adventure. And Bobber will be providing art for everything along the way.
Exactly. I come into this equation, basically, long story short, I did a couple of things long time ago on my stream that were actually mildly successful and people liked it, where I just made an entire D&D campaign all live, like sitting down, and I drew the backgrounds, I drew the characters, I drew everything as I was saying it, as it was happening live. And I also DM'd, and I also rolled the dice, and I did everything. And it was fun, but it was probably the hardest shit I've ever done. So then I'm like, but wait a second. What if instead we split this up and I literally have a pro DM do all of the DM management aspect and have their creative, wonderful aspect going on. And then I can focus on just the model creation and a handful of other things. So we're kind of taking both of our areas of expertise and assigning them to each other. Now, here's where some silly play can occur, chat. There's a reason why I have decided with Sci-Fi to not link our chats. How I want this to happen is I want Sci-Fi to just DM like he's never DM'd before. Just lock in and give you guys a wonderful time and have you guys have fun. I want to be muted in his Discord so he can't hear me, but I can hear him. And I want to have it so that our chats are separate. So in case you want to be RPing in Sci-Fi's chat, you could go do that. Or if you want to get involved in the creative aspect and give me ideas, such as perhaps ones that I can use to troll sci-fi with, and make some insane batshit characters or whatever the hell you want, you can come to my chat and tell me to make things. So that kind of dynamic is going to be at play.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot, I think.
It's going to be rough on us, but we're going to try our best. I think it should turn out fun no matter what.
This is like the test run, basically to see how it works, and then we're probably gonna do this again, like planned and properly.
Yes.
At like a point in the like an actual way. The
There's
concept
two
sounds
things.
dope as hell. We spent so much brain power trying to figure out a way for it to work. So the way that it's working right now is that Bobber is in my virtual tabletop software. He has Game Master privileges, which means he can drag in characters like Mr. Rondo here. And he can drag them in, and then they become fully like animated tokens on the map. So the idea is like I've created the maps and the locations, and then Bobber is just gonna populate them with these little characters that he draws, and then I have to DM what happens, basically. To be like, what is this character like? It's gonna really stretch both of our skill sets, I think, to the limit for Bobber having to draw these guys so fast and come up with ideas and then import them, and then me taking those ideas that he imported and then putting like improv and RP and D&D on top of it.
Precisely. So it's a test of our limits. It's a test of this concept as a thing. And probably most important of all, it's a test to see if you guys find this entertaining and worthwhile.
Yeah.
So all of that, all combined. And if tonight's test shows,
I do have the Twitch chat text to speech app.
Yes.
So that you will all be able to actually like play the characters, type into chat what your does. We're gonna do character creation.
Yes. We are currently in the same VC
Together.
because we want to first work together on this character.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna make 3 characters.
Okay.
And then you will be able to puppet them by typing on my overlay !player1, !player2, or !player3 in the chat. And then whenever we move to a new scene or a new part of the map, I will randomize a new set of chatters to come over and take. But we will all collaborate together to make the characters decide what their sort of deal is. So I'm actually gonna make a blank scene here.
Yes.
I call it character creation. But I can just write note.
So chat, right now Sci-Fi is in full control of the wheel. We follow along and create our little guys.
Hit text. Gonna go ahead. So it should Bobber, you should be able to view this as well in the VT.
Let's see. Okay, I see it, yeah. I see the little things.
Let's start with our first character, right?
Yep.
A species. Whatever species you guys want to be. Then we're gonna need what class you guys are picking from the classic D&D class. And after that, we are going to give you 3 abilities.
Your chat's cooking already, man.
All right. And then I guess finally, I guess between the abilities, we'll come up after we pick a class. We'll name plus personality, and that way,
Super
once we have
important.
the first 3, Bobber can start coming up with a portrait for the character, while
Once you get the
we
first
are
one,
going
I'm
on.
gonna start.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, remember, chat, to put your best ideas forward into these characters, because you are all going to have to roleplay at some point, basically all 3 of these characters. Actually, what order do you guys want these in, chat? Do you want name first, or do you want species? I figured species, class, then name and personality. That's how I would figure it. But like, if you guys want to do, yeah, name last, I think makes sense, because then we can envision a guy and then come up with his name. All right, well, let's start with species, chat. There's a lot of different races in D&D. Some playable, some monstrous, some completely their own thing. Guys, also my you want, or we could do a random pick. Actually, we could do, since this is for player 1, I could do a pick for player 1 for each of these, and then we could see what you guys make, what the randomly selected chatter. Yeah, I actually like that better. Okay, so
That's a good idea.
If you have an idea for what species you want this character to be, type !player 1, all one word, into chat.
That's a great idea.
Make sure don't include a space. I'll give you like player 1, no space. There we go. All right. Perfect. All right, that looks like a decent amount of people in the poll. Going to pick randomly. Bovine Lord was selected. Bovine Lord, what species should the
Awesome.
character be? Oh
Deep
my god.
gnome.
Okay, you want to be a deep gnome. Aubrey, do you know what a deep gnome is?
I see. So I have Google Images ready, and so I'm ready to go.
Okay, they're in Baldur's Gate. They're like, you know how there's dark elves? It's like that, but for a gnome.
Got it. All right.
Like they're gnomes from the Underdark. They have like drow type features, but they're gnomes.
I already have a picture pulled up. I'm good.
Oh god, there's
next
CDS.
thing.
Yep, that's yeah. Right, I'm gonna pick random. Orbital Rim, welcome to our player 1. Free to say hello when you get picked. So, Orbital.
Barbarian.
Okay, he knows what he wants. I was gonna go through the options. I was gonna say Barbarian,
Excellent.
Bard, Cleric, but he knows what he wants. He said Barbarian.
Got it.
All right.
Bobbernotters.
Barbarian.
All right.
All right. This is.
I'm
chat,
amassing like a
this
bunch of
one-
references.
This one could be maybe the most important role of all. So make sure you get your ! player 1s in the chat if you have any idea. This one's gonna be the heavy lifter, the name and personality. Gonna go ahead and pick random. Acadia. welcome. We have a deep gnome barbarian.
Oh God!
What do you mean, oh God? You typed player 1! You don't say, oh God. Don't,
Yeah, for the species.
Okay, well, you know, maybe I should have had people type it a different, like, prompt for each one that they wanted, but you know what? We
You got
believe
this.
in you, man. We got you. Yeah.
Lock in.
It's a deep gnome barbarian. We need a name. If you want to do just a name and then leave the personality to someone else, I'll allow it. Chat, feel free to say suggestions in chat for Vicadia as well if you want him to take something like your idea.
Name him Hillman Chapper.
Ooh,
Hillman.
that's fantastic.
Hillman.
Chat, even Hillman Chapper. Chat, even if one guy's in control, still like say stuff that you would want, you know? Like
yeah, even if one guy's in control, throw out suggestions because they might take yours if they can't think of anything themselves. All right, Vicadia, do you have ideas for the personality, or are you tapping out at just the name?
Pass!
Pass? Okay. All right, we'll also make it a rule that if you get picked but you don't have anything, you can pass.
yes.
All right, Sky Dragon Rider. We have a deep gnome barbarian by the name of Hillman Chapper. We need to, as a collective, chat, describe their personality. Give me a couple of like keyword like personality traits. Like, you know, just like small.
Chat
sentences
shout
of-
out keywords.
Yeah, like, okay, he's asking for help from the chat. Yeah, the like keywords of like what they do, like likes this, like doesn't like this kind of attitude, to give chat like some kind of idea of character. Chat's throwing out a lot of ideas right now. We'll see what Sky Dragon Rider picks. Yay, that's not a
Suspiciously
personality.
collects rocks. And is very tired.
Okay, his personality is that he suspiciously collects rocks and is very tired.
A tired rock collector.
A
Okay.
very tired barbarian. How do you suspiciously... Alright, chat. We're gonna go through...
Stayed up all night looking for rocks in people's gardens.
for rocks in people's gardens. I guess deep gnomes live underground. It would make sense to have an obsession with rocks. That's for the RPers to figure out? I guess that's true. Alright. Chat, type !player 1 if you want to put ideas for abilities. We're gonna decide abilities here. Trobtown. Welcome. Trobtown, are you here? Give me like a chat when you get picked. Give me like a quick like hey message so I know you're here.
Hello!
Hello, Trobtown. You are here to pick the first ability for our Depot Gnome Barbarian. Feel free to pull inspiration either from the chat or from D&D abilities, like what barbarians have. Barbarians are known for like rage, like battle rage. That's their whole thing.
Can I also quickly know if they're like an axe barbarian or like a sword?
Yeah, chat. What are you thinking for your weapon? I was imagining like a great axe. What are you? They said rock. I just see a lot of people say, okay, so you're saying like a hammer, but the end of the hammer is a rock. Like just a big rock on a handle. Like great club, but it's a fucking rock. Okay. Alright, Trobtown, go ahead and give me your idea for a barbarian ability. Or an ability in general. It doesn't have to be specifically a barbarian ability, but it is an ability that Hillman Chapper will have. Trobtown, I'm gonna need some verification.
Is there like a slow but powerful strike?
A slow but powerful strike. Okay, so that's okay. So I'm gonna say that your first ability is gonna be like wind up, where you spend a turn charging a powerful strike.
Like ridiculously slow.
Yeah, okay, like ridiculously slow. Like it's gonna take your entire turn to charge it. It's like it's like solar beam. Like, okay, got it. Got it. Okay. So, yeah. So, as far as like the rules of D&D chat, we're going to be going very simple here. Your character is going to have one basic attack and then your special abilities. All right, chat, go ahead and type !player1 in chat who wish to be selected. Next. Waiting for him to come in. I'm waiting. Thank you for the idea. Going over Orbital Rim. You got picked already for this one. We're going to Vinny.
Are they doing the second ability now?
We're on the second ability.
Okay.
All right, Vinny. The
Hi.
second ability is up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and
Smiley face, Path of Wild Magic Rage, please.
Path of Wild Magic Raid. Okay, hang on. I gotta make a character. For I misspelled his name immediately. The worst name known to man.
The worst. Good name, Chad. Good name.
What a magic rage. The D&D knower. Yeah, we don't need to call actual existing things. No, the chats aren't merged, but if you, because I want people can go over to Bobber's chat and post art ideas without spoilers.
For all intents and purposes, the chat could be merged right now, but once the game starts, you'll see why it's not.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna just make up my own ability based on what you told me. Wild Magic Rage. Okay. Goes into a Barbarian Rage. 50% chance for something awful to happen. Alright, we have got one more ability on the table, chat. Go ahead and type !player1. Want to think up an ability. character. Got K-poppers. Welcome. You have been selected for our final ability for our first player character. Does the list depopulate? It does after a
Rock Tornado
certain,
must be in Wild Magic Rage. Hee hee.
It does after a certain amount of time. Rock Tornado must be in Rage. Okay, hang on. I like the idea of the third ability is like an ultimate. That's a good idea. Okay, so yeah, once you type exclamation mark player 1, player 2, or player 3, you're in the pool of active users for 450 seconds.
Can I get the name again? What's his name?
Hillman Chapper.
Hillmen.
It's in the VTT. I made an actor with his name.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
I like this. Rock Tornado sends rocks flying a radius must rage. All right, well, chat, we've got a character.
All right, there you go.
Oh shit. Oh my god, look at that art. All right, chat, this is gotta correct my
Chat, you guys made him.
Hillman
He's real now.
Chapter. He's real. Now I will real quick. To S. All right, chat. So now, whoever is picked as player 1 will be controlling Hillman Chapter. We'll be able to see it as the portrait will be below their nice.
Epic.
Epic. All right.
Chat, if you like this idea so far, get hype. We want to see that.
Chat, we are going to move on to player 2.
Ready to go.
Copy over. Okay. Well, yeah, chat, while I'm doing this, feel free to type player 2. I'm going to roll it basically as soon as I'm ready, which is right. Pick random. Girandol. You have been picked.
Whoa!
All right, you are here to pick a species. Remember that these can be, like, it doesn't have to be a D&D species. It can be whatever you want. Whatever you feeling in the moment. You could also take an idea from the fellow chat members if they have suggestions. So what
Should I go exotic or go with my heart?
I would say go with your heart, man.
Hell yeah.
The heart knows what it wants. Speak your truth.
Dwarf.
Dwarf, all caps. Okay, I like it.
Dwarf.
He said exotic or with the heart, and then he said dwarf. All right. Yeah, we're making a little guy's gang, it seems like. We've got a gnome and a
Old man,
dwarf
okay.
so far. All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll a... There we go. Go ahead and pick us a class. Yes. This is Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sword, Warlock, and Wizard. As I doubt sure.
Can I get silly with the class?
Yeah, I'll say you could get silly with the class. Give me but within reason. I'm the
Within
DM.
reason.
I'm the DM. I can say no if you get too silly. But you know what? Hit me with an idea, and we'll go from there. It's a collaborative storytelling game. That's the whole point of D&D.
Yes.
Hit me with what your heart desires, Aaron.
Chat, if tonight's stream pops off and you
Soup
guys love
sorcerer.
it, freaking
A
draw
s-
fan art of the characters.
A soup sorcerer? So like a sorcerer that gets their powers
Yes.
from soup.
Sorcerer powered by soup.
Sorcerer powered by soup. Okay. I realize that we have a dwarf and you've made them food themed. You're making Senshi from Dungeon Meshi.
Are we confirmed? Sorry,
I
can
didn't
start?
even realize.
I'm like a horse racer, ready to go.
Okay, we're locked in. It's a dwarf who's a sorcerer whose powers come from soup. All right. I'm gonna chat. You might have been too much time has passed. Make sure you type player 2 again. How do I join in on this? I need to make it more clear, but type !player 2, all one word, and then you'll be entered into the random pool to be picked. When we do this for real, I'll have like full instructions.
Yes.
I say for real, it's as if it's not for real right now. It's a test run. So I'm trying to get someone who hasn't gone before. ZAFK. I thought I could type player 1 so I could be player 1. Yes, but we're doing character creation right now. You've got to make all 3 characters first, and then you can choose which one you want to play. Alright, ZAFK, are you here? Or he's got AFK in his name, but I literally see him
Yes.
typing in chat. Okay,
Sorry.
it's okay. You're here to pick the name and personality of our guy. Name and personality of our guy, of our soup sorcerer, our dwarf. Feel free to take some inspiration from chat if they have an idea that you like, if you don't want to come up with that. Or you could just come up with a name or just come up with a personality. And
His
you can
name
pass.
is Drim and he loves to cook.
His name is Drim. Okay. I mean, I could have told that he loves to cook from the fact that he's a soup sorcerer. It'd be kind of fucked up if you were a soup sorcerer and you hated cooking. Right? You know what? I'm gonna pick a second person for personality. Danger Doip, are you here? I'm gonna get another personality
Yes.
trait. Danger Doip, give me a second personality trait for this character.
Churlish.
What the? What is that? Can you explain what that means? Earlish. Is rude in a mean-spirited way. Okay. I'll say he loves to cook, but he's low-key kinda rude. Is this like a Gordon Ramsay? He's a soup elitist, yeah. He knows a good soup when he sees it. He's the Gordon Ramsay of sorcerers. Alright, chat. Give me a fresh batch of player 2s in the chat to start determining some abilities.
Player 2.
Oh shit, Nuclear DM!
Oh shit, what up?
What up? Would you like to select our first ability? It can be
Yes.
It can be a sorcerer-based ability. It could be a soup-based ability. It could be a dwarf-based ability. It could be anything.
How about a soup bolt? Can be used to heal allies.
Okay. Ray. I'm gonna say Ray of
Or burn
Soup
foes.
can be used to heal allies or burn foes.
Perfect pog.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, that's a perfect first ability. That is a. Alright, I'm gonna roll a different person. Hex 72 Master, are you here?
Hey, that's me.
Hey!
Pog.
Okay, I'm gonna make a second character sheet. Rim. Tech 72 Master, would you like to come up with an idea for our second ability? Grim.
Sure.
Give me
Let
something.
me cook.
Are you saying, like, let you cook? Or are you saying the name of the ability is let me cook? Yeah.
Let myself cook.
Okay, I'm gonna let you cook. Yeah, chat, feel free to give suggestions as well. I'm seeing a lot of soup humor in the chat. How's the drawing going on your side, Bobber? How's your chat?
Sci-Fry, I'm trying to hold it back. I'm trying so hard. I can't wait to show you.
I'm excited.
Energize soup. Give a random ability one force trigger. Force trigger automatically trigger the ability instantly, ignoring any other requirements.
What are we playing Nummy's
Energy.
Number Factory? What do you give a random ability of force trick? You know what? You know what?
No, but I'm making it up.
I like it. I like it. Energized.
I love chaos.
I'm gonna say energized broth is the name of the ability. Pick an ally.
PogChamp.
They use a random ability instantly, regardless of cost.
That's even more pog.
Alright. That's huge. That's a huge ability.
I broke it.
That's a fucking
Oh,
broken
7.
ability. I'll be so real. Alright, I'm gonna pick someone else. Nuclear DM, you went already? Nerdy Raccoon, you're up! Is he here? Chat, when you get picked, give me like a hi or something, and so I know you're here.
Chat response time is important.
Hi.
Yeah.
Respond.
Okay. Hi, Nerdy. You are charged with coming up with ability 3.
Sorry, typing it out.
Oh, it's okay. So he already has an idea in mind, chat. I know that Nerdy is one of my Twitch chatters that does run his own Dungeons and Dragons games. So I'm actually excited and scared to see what he comes up with. Yeah, I feel like we got more chaotic as it went on, and I feel like the third character is going to be like the most chaotic person possible. It's just slowly becoming sillier.
Slop dealer, you target a creature you can see, and they must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be forced to yap for the next minute. They can take no other actions than talk.
Slop dealer. Target a creature you see. They must succeed a wisdom save or be forced to yap for the next minute. They can take no other actions than talk. Holy. Crazy. Alright. Target a creature. They make a wisdoms. On a fail, they can do nothing on their turn.
They
but
gotta resist the slop
yap
or else.
about their favorite media. And save at end of turn. Jesus Christ. There's so much to that ability. Alright, well that's another complete character.
There he is.
Oh my god. Hang. He looks like he could be in Vinland Saga. Alright, chat. Here's Drim.
I was trying to hold it together when I was drawing it.
Dude, I can see it. You're gonna hold it together. He's got a bowl
Ha, ha, ha.
of borscht. Dude, oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Don't talk to me until I've had my soup. Holy. Okay, alright, I gotta add another image. Overlay. Layer 2 portrait. Boom, move there. Alright.
I love them already. I love them so much.
I feel like it's only gonna get more fucking wild from here. Alright, chat. We're going to player 3. Get your player 3s in chat right now. You have until I'm done copying the text boxes over to be ready. Remember, you have a every 450 seconds, unless you type the command again, it'll boot you out of the pool. I don't know what that equates to in minutes. Maybe somebody can crunch that math for me. But I think it's like 5 minutes, something. 7.5 minutes. Okay, so you've got plenty of time. If you hit player 3, you should be good for time. All right, let's roll our first player 3. Let me pick a voice. I guess I'll have to pick voices that fit this list of default Microsoft text-to-speech. Drop down. He's up again. I'll give everybody one go per character, and then when we actually go in, it'll be free for all because you'll be buying for all 3 characters. Drop down.
Yes.
Hey, you are picking the species for player 3. Chat, feel free to post suggestions in chat for Trobtown.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, feel free to think on it. Chat will throw out some suggestions as well.
We have 2 small men already.
We do have, yeah, we do. We're our party. We have a dwarf and a gnome, right? It could be you could get a 3rd small, or you could have like 2 small guys and a big guy type dynamic.
True. Chat is being loud and clear.
I'm just waiting to see what Trobtown comes up with. He's cooking. Trobtown, can I get some proof of life that you're still there? You said 1 sec.
Big dragonborn woman.
A big dragonborn woman. Jesus Christ.
Classic.
Alright, player 3. Anteaters with sweaters, you have been picked. You've been picked to select the class for our big dragon lady.
Hissy.
Hi. Feel free to pick one of the a class or some kind of variation on a class.
Someone suggests something I don't know classes.
All right, chat. He's asking for suggestions. Give him some ideas.
I'm back in 2 seconds. Think of ideas, chat.
Yep. Another barbarian. I would say avoid doubling up if possible. Like to be able to make unique abilities for each of you.
Lot of math classes. Are these real?
No, I don't think it. People are saying, I think because you just said classes, not like D&D classes, which is why they're saying like math and physics. Or like calculus. I don't think those are real D&D classes.
They get the class yet?
No, he asked for help with classes.
Unlike
and
wrestler.
Then he's like, okay, somebody said wrestler. Okay. All right, we can go wrestler. That is like basically a monk, like an unarmed fighter. That makes sense to me. We could make that work. All right. Well, let's give it to Danger Doip. You can select the name, the personality, both, neither, or you can pass if you don't have an idea ready. Give me some indication that you're here, Danger Doip. Otherwise, I'll pick someone else. Going once.
Yo. Go ahead and pass.
Okay, go ahead and pass. All right. I'm gonna pass it to Vinny. Vinny, you're up.
Hi.
Hi. All right, go ahead and pick a name or a personality trait for this character.
Gonna name her Hither.
Hither. You're naming her Hither?
Wait, you're naming her either?
Okay, like come hither? Like hit her?
Like to stop.
I don't think that's what hither means, Vinny. I don't think hither means to stop. Like, hither means like over here. Unless you mean like, or unless you mean hinder.
Whatever.
You mean like hinder is a word that means stop. Is that what you mean?
Potato, tomato.
Don't say potato tomato. What do you mean? It's your choice. What? Pick someone new. Vinny, Chad is turning on you. He meant hinder. Hither is funnier. I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna pick someone else. Vacadia, please save us. You gotta pull us out of here, man. There's some... Vacadia, please be here. I swear if they're AFK.
Her name is Scalaxia.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I thought apparently her name is Skelaxia. Okay, that's a fucking edgy name. Alright. You got any personality traits? Or you want to pass for the personality traits?
Very serious.
They're very serious. Okay.
Edgy.
I see. Alright, I'm gonna roll a... We got Cyber Angel. Cyber Angel, give me a second personality trait.
Hi.
Hi. I like when the TTS just goes hi.
She thinks she is a dainty girl despite her size.
I see. Very serious. I'll say acts refined and noble despite being a huge warrior. All right. Yeah, get your player threes in chat. I'm gonna roll. Roll abilities. People for abilities. All right, Sky Dragon Rider, you are up first. Give me a basic. We got remember the class is wrestler, so you can feel free to get pretty creative with these abilities. I feel. Sky Dragon Rider, are you here? Yeah, chat, when you get picked, you gotta put some...
Chat, what's that one Guilty Gear character that breaks you over their
Chat,
knee
in
that
order for
Boone
this to
bullied
work, you
Strip
guys
Venom
gotta
with?
just put a message instantly in chat if you get picked. It's
That
just
one
necessary.
Guilty Gear
Please do that.
character that breaks you over their back. Well, like, you want them to have a Potemkin Buster?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want it to be called anything different, or do you want it to be called Potemkin Buster? Grab an enemy and break.
Bahamut Buster.
Bahamut Buster. Okay. They're a dragon. Okay, so their special ability is Bahamut Buster. Grab an enemy and slam them against shoulder for big damage. Alright, I'm rolling the next ability. Got Nerdy Raccoon. Let me know you're here.
Say something in chat as soon as your name is rolled. Instantly. Say hi.
Like a dragon as an action, you may manifest a couch or bicycle out of thin air and
That's
beat the
such a
shit
good
out of your
i-
enemies
that's
with
such a
it
good idea for them
non-lethally.
as a dragonborn to have an ability called Like a Dragon.
Dude.
Like a dragon. You may manifest a couch or bicycle out of thin air and beat the shit out of your enemies with it non-lethally.
Oh, hell yeah. Excellent.
Manifest a bike slash chair slash prop and beat your enemies with it. This attack is always non-lethal. Alright, that's sick. Alright, I'm going to our last ability. Iculak. Let me know if you're here. You have been called. Going once, Meticulak.
Hi.
Hi! Welcome, Meticulak. You have been selected to create the final ability for Scalaxia, our Dragonborn wrestler. This is their, like, big ability. So feel free to take ideas from chat, too, if you don't have any ideas. Yeah, put some suggestions in. Give me something, Meticulak. Said hi, I know you're here. I just...
Okay, so not something like tripping the opponent, that wouldn't be the big move?
No, I'd say for some... not something like tripping an opponent. For ability 3, I think we've decided with the other two characters that they're like the ultimate ability. Something that's like their finishing move or something like that. Let me know if you have an idea, or you can take an idea from chat, or you can pass. Tikulak, I'm gonna need an answer for you pretty soon here. I'm saying like next like 30 seconds type beat.
Even sooner. Chop chop.
Let them cook. We gotta get this show moving, man.
It has been an hour and we haven't started, so that is true.
Some kind of speed burst move for jumping and diving into the opponent.
Okay. Speed burst move, jump and dive in the opponent. Okay, I'm gonna call this.
Or tail whip.
I'm taking another idea from chat. I'm calling this from the top rope.
Perfect.
Jump across the battlefield. Hit any enemy C with an automatic crit. All right. All right, that's our third and final character.
There you go. There she is.
Chat.
There she is, chat.
There she is. Right. Add that to the overlay. Now everybody knows which player on stream character. Alright, chat. If you need a reminder of the abilities during one of your character's turns, I can bring you back to this screen. Oh, there we go. Alright. Grab our player character. Copy them.
Dude, I'm so happy looking at these three. They're so great together. The gang is here, dude.
All right. Chat, I will be moving you around the map as you wish. Go ahead and type player 1, player 2, player 3 as we begin our adventure.
All right. I guess this is where I take my leave, chat.
Yeah, I guess so. Bobber is going to mute in the call, and he's going to only be talking to his chat. So if you
Yes.
have art ideas for characters to drop into the scene, go to Bobber's stream and give him. Feel free to do that when it's not your, like when you're not picked right now.
Yes.
All right.
I'll be adding characters into this scene as time goes on, and if you want insight into that, come to my stream. But for the most part, keep Sci-Fi's open. That's where the real game's
Right.
happening.
Let me
All right.
roll our first 3 participants. Ikulak, is your TV running? And oh, right, broken. It was picking the same 2 people. All right, we got Tech 72 Master. Is your TV running?
Hey.
And Orbital Rim
It's
As-
me again.
as our 3 characters.
Hell yeah. PogChamp.
All right, Orbital,
I
are
love
you
soup.
here?
once again in this wretched place.
All right. So
May I see my own abilities?
you can see your abilities. Your abilities are a wind-up attack. You spend your turn charging a more powerful strike really slowly, wild magic rage, and rock tornado. And then out of combat, you
Got
guys
it.
can just
Thanks.
improvise whatever you guys want.
I recommend
to happen.
screenshotting them, chat.
It's a good idea. I'll have some kind of way
We got
for
this,
that
team.
to be displayed more accessibly when we do this for real. However, welcome, chat. You all have made your way to this small, humble town, this lakeside town. It is a town by the name of Lakeside Town. You have come here to find a quest that will make you all money, gold, fame, and all the other things that adventurers long for. In front of you on the road, you can see a couple shops. You can see a blacksmith, general store, temple, as well as various other buildings. So let me...
Man, this town looks so small and humble. I bet they don't even have gazpacho.
Yeah, so feel free to say where do your characters go?
Good heavens, Drim.
Hillman Chapper, Absolute Cinema.
Absolute cinema. All right, well, you have all gathered on the road into town.
Anyways, is there some supermarket here I need to buy groceries?
I would like to find the closest thing to a restaurant.
Okay, looks like there's a bit of a consensus to go buy food, it looks like. Because we're saying, like, find a
I
restaurant.
don't know about you all. I'll be heading to the blacksmith. He owes me money.
Oh, shit. The
I'm
blacksmith
hungry.
owes you money? Okay. Alright, well, looks like Hillman, Chopper, and Drim are going to make their way down to the tavern. So we will resume their adventure in a moment, but we will go with you, Orbital, Scalaxia, as you enter the blacksmith. You will see a small, gnomish person.
Finally, I can get a singular piece of garlic.
And, seeing as you've established that the blacksmith owes you money, you will know that his name is Mr. Rondo.
Why, hello, Mr. Rondo. Been a while.
Yeah, Mr. Rondo looks up from a sort of blade that he's wearing. He goes, well, well, well. I was wondering when you'd show up. You've got a lot of nerve showing your face in this town again.
Can I use that singular piece of garlic in my Dublin coddle? This makes Dublin canon in this world?
Yeah,
And yet you haven't run.
Mr. Rondo looks, he says, I've got nowhere
sure, I
to run
guess.
to. This is my family business.
Interesting that.
Me and my two sons own this place together. They're out on errands
Guess I'm going
right
to buy
now,
it again.
but I love them so. I suppose you're here for the gold that I owe you. Well, I'll let you know that I don't have it. It's been stolen.
Yes, quite.
My shop ransacked by a group of gallivanting marauders. But if you were
Marauders,
to...
you say?
Yes, a band of marauders attacked us on the road. Me and my two beautiful sons, we barely made it out alive. But if you were to find my lost gold, find where these bandits are holed up and recover my gold, I'll gladly pay you what I owe you and double. He winks at you.
Alright, mate, I guess you can't find it, but can you at least just use your own money to pay? Surely you have some money. Just sell the place.
leers at his wink deal.
Okay, there's been a deal made. Hillman Chapper and Drim, as you two are walking down the street together. What is the discussion like? I heard a lot of rumbling discussion about ingredients, food, and stuff. Seems you two have a common interest. There does appear to be a...
Believe me, more people need to try making a Dublin coddle.
Okay, above board, can you explain to me what
I'm telling you, it's such a
Dub-
great stew.
Can you explain to me,
Surely
the
there is some
DM,
garlic here.
what a Dublin coddle is? Well, I work here. As you look around, I will roll a perception check. Woman chopper. Look around for garlic. You are spotting around the local sort of shops for ingredients, and what you do see, the both of you, is it looks to be a couple of beavers over by the lake shore. They're just sort of hanging out.
It's an Irish dish usually made from whatever leftover meat they have made into a stew with veggies and taters.
Well, that does sound like a good stew. Hopefully you can find those ingredients here. Yeah, these two beavers are just sort of hanging out near the lake's bed, and as they hear you yapping coming down the street, they start looking over at you.
I bet I could make a great soup out of some beaver meat.
I'm heading out of the blacksmith shop to look for the others. Oh, never mind, I know where they are by Drim's yapping.
Yep. I'll say it this time, you are caught up. And since the party is entering a new encounter with these two beavers, I will go ahead and re-roll the players. So chat, go ahead and type player 1, player 2, or player 3 if you want to control one of these characters.
Player 2. Player 1.
Beavers again? Ugh.
Player 3.
Wait and being kicked out. Player 1. Player 2.
Don't.
Player 3.
Chat, you gotta pick one, man. We got Meticulac, we got Erigo, and we got... Wait, it picked Vane, but I scrolled past them. I can fix this. I just have to randomly roll you again. Okay, Vane. We got Meticulac, Erigo, and Vane. You are our 3 players now. There are two beavers in front of you, menacingly staring at you from across the lake bed. What do you do? They appear to be having some sinister beaver conversation.
I walk up and slam the ground in front of them.
Okay. Hillman Chapper walks up to the beavers.
I take 2 small bowls of soup and lay them in front of the beavers.
You slam...
I speak. Hello there, beavers.
You slam your hammer
I side-eye
down
my known friend.
in front of the beavers, and they both turn to look at you. Confused expressions on their beaver faces. However, as Drim comes over and brings them a serving of soup, they appear to come closer. I'm gonna make a roll for you.
Ignore that guy, beavers. Have some
I'm
soup.
gonna make a roll for animal handling. I'm gonna give you a +4 because of your soup. That's a 16. Yeah, you are able to feed these beavers some soup, and their attitude towards you changes. They will take the 2 little bowls of soup, and they start sort of communicating to each other in sort of like little beaver chittering language. And they sort of look at you, and they're like, this guy's all right. Is there anything else you would like to do with the beavers?
I give them a little pat. Under my breath I speak beavers are much better than these foolish muscleheads.
Oh, okay, I see. So you're are you trying to
I
like...
scowl at my companions.
Damn, okay, he hates his companions. These beavers, they truly understand the meaning of good soup. Yeah, Drim has befriended both of the beavers. The other 2 party members, what are you 2 doing? Also, I don't think Vane is here. I might have to re-roll player 3.
I decide that these can't be the 2 angry beavers of legend.
No, surely these can't be the 2 angry beavers of legend. First of all, they're the wrong color. Second of all, these beavers don't look that angry. Well, player 3, Neldacted, you are now player 3. What do you do anything with the beavers, or do you continue onwards about the town?
I try to pet the beavers.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you a roll for that. I'm gonna say...
I am a lady and I like animals.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a flat D20. That's a 6. You guys couldn't see the rolls. There we go. There's an updated list of rolls. So you reach out to pet one of the beavers with your big, scaly clawed wrestler hands. You immediately realize that you have angered the beaver. It hisses at you, runs away, and jumps into the lake. And as you guys look out into the lake, the 3 of you
I
see...
sigh and use a help action on Scalaxia so she can try again.
You see a
Not
man
like that,
in the
Scalaxia.
center of the pond.
Here, try with some soup.
You all see a man in the center of the pond standing on top of a boat, looking out of you. He pulls his boat across the lake closer to you, and he says, in a like booming voice, he says, "Who dares approach my lake?" State your business upon
dare
my
boat boy.
waters.
This lake is public property, you churlish fool.
Public property? Do you know who you're dealing with? I am Diamond Hand, Hand of the Lake. And this is my loyal subject, Crocodile Pete. He just sort of, this little crocodile.
This is not your domicile, and you will be harassed.
I have rightly taken this lake, and all the treasure in this town belongs to me. You must pay your toll to play with my beavers on the shore of my lake. Diamond Hook Hand of the Lake.
I thoughtfully rub my beard.
Diamond Hook turns around.
Surely that
he
croc
sees,
will make a good soup.
He sees the
I
second.
mumble to myself so that just my 2 companions can hear.
So Diamond Hook turns around. He sees a second crocodile up on the boat. He goes, Pete, you didn't tell me you were married. And Pete goes, and then these two crocodiles start kissing. He goes over, he says, pay my toll of 30 golden pieces of gold or face the
Audibly
wrath of
off.
my crocodile minions. What do you guys do?
I yell back to him. My brother in Soup, do you really expect anyone to have 30 gold in this economy?
I'll give you a negotiation roll. My brother in Soup. With a 12. Alright, I'm gonna make a roll for him. He'll have a -1 charisma. Oh, he meets it. Well, hey, you know what? Ties go to the player. He'll say, Soup, you say? I haven't eaten a home-cooked meal in 20 years. Not since I set to sail out on this grand lake. What manner of soup do you have?
The lake's that not big, dog.
Yeah, you notice, yeah, it's not a very large lake. He says, the lake may not be big, but it's as deep as the ocean.
I cross my arms solemnly and my stern face softens. For someone to not have had soup. I silently take my pack off and begin preparing ingredients.
All right, Dream is gonna go over here and start making a soup. The beaver is gonna join you. All right, it seems like Dream's plan is to prepare a soup for Diamond Hook, the Hand of the Lake. Other two party members, what do you guys do?
Ad meticulac had neldacted bimbo smile.
Yeah.
I need to tell these dimwits about the blacksmith's marauder problem.
Oh, yeah. So as Drim is preparing this soup, Scalexia will fill in the party on the whole issue with the blacksmith and the marauders. And if you are able to find who stole the blacksmith's gold, he'll give you the payment that he owes you plus double. Alright, Chad, I think at this point enough time has passed. I'm going to re-roll the players. Go ahead and type player 1,
I circle
player
around
2.
the lake to psyche him out.
I see. Okay, alright. I'll count that as your last action. Alright, you start circling around the lake. So you get to here. Like perch off point near the boat. Roll player 1 first. Player 1's gonna be Bovine Lord. I'm gonna roll player 2. Player 2 is gonna be Senri. Gonna roll player 3. Player 3 is Hardy Hardcore. Alright. You are face to face
Ayo.
with Diamond Hook, Hand of the Lake, and his 2 wedded crocodiles.
What happens if I wind up a wild magic rage?
Hi all.
You know what? I'll say you could do that. Yeah, you see, well, you want to start winding up your wild magic? Yeah, he appears to be at a standstill here. He is cautiously awaiting the arrival of Soup, but if Soup is not provided, he will swing his crocodiles into battle. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give you a roll on your wild
I am
magic.
just so tired that I'm getting angy.
That makes sense. He is very tired.
What do I have to make the soup with?
You have like pretty basic ingredients. I mean, you have a beaver. I guess technically. You have pretty basic ingredients. I would say if you wanted like something.
And there aren't even any rocks.
Yeah. Probably if you wanted something special.
It makes me so mad.
They're in town or something. Alright, let me go ahead and roll this.
I make a nice bath for the beaver.
I'm gonna give you advantage on this roll. That's gonna be an 18.
Oh no, I've been soul jarred into ads.
Oh no, the ads! I forgot. If he's not something, he's gonna ads. He's not even gonna see what his.
Thank you, big lizard woman.
Does. All right. Yeah. So Scalexia is gonna come over here, and just take a reach into the lake with her big lizard woman arms, pull out a pot of water, and put it in front of Drim. Drim is going to convince the
I'm the
beaver-
only sub I need to carry.
Drim is going to convince the beaver that the soup pot is in fact a nice bath, and the beaver will gladly hop into the soup. Meanwhile, Hillman Chapper, as this is all going on, is winding up the wild magic rage of
I'm
the
winding
century.
up.
He's winding up. He's very slowly winding up. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a D100 for wild magic. If I think what was the exact rating?
I put carrots in with the beaver.
What exact rating I put in this is a 50% chance something awful happens. Okay, yeah, that was the ability. Alright, so if it's a 50 or above, you're good. If it's a 49 or lower, something awful wild magic is gonna happen. That's a 26. Alright.
Welp!
But you are winding up. You are still going to.
Is there a
successfully
50% chance anything good happens out? Is it only bad?
I think it. Well, the way I wrote it, it's only bad. But we could say that there's a 50% chance that. I mean, the good thing that happens is that you go into your range. Yeah, so.
I'm winding up Chapter 1 bankruptcy.
It's Wendy suddenly.
Alright. Hillman Chapper, prepare thyself. You fly into your wild magic rage, your wind-up strike, fully hitting as you catapult yourself off the rocky edge of the surface, and you fly towards the boat, ready to engage in glorious barbarian battle. However, halfway through the air, the wild magic befalls you, and you are polymorphed into a crocodile. landing upon the boat next to the other crocodiles. And they turn
Ah!
the crocodiles turn to you, now able
Schnappy.
to understand you. And then this one will go, "Hey, who's this?" And then this crocodile will say, "Hey, keep your hands off my wife!" And he's gonna push you off the boat.
LOL.
Wow, rude.
Except he rolls a 4. So instead, Crocodile
I have
Pete,
advantage on strength for raging right.
you do? I'll say you have advantage because you're raging. I'll give you a counter strength with advantage. This is your roll. That's a 6, which isn't high, but it's more than a 4. So I will say that Crocodile Pete attempts to
Omega
attack you in your polymorph state, but due to the fact that you are wild magic raging, you are able to throw him off the water into the water, where he starts to sink. And Diamond Hook will turn around and say, "What's going on? Some kind of crocodile battle?" And you will see this crocodile, Hillman, Hillman, I'm gonna call you Hillman for short, because your full name is a mouthful. This crocodile lady looks at you, impressed by your strength and bravado.
I introduce myself to Pete's wife and ask if she comes here often.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a charisma roll. Say you have a +2 charisma. Alright, you roll a 7. You roll a 7, so you slither up to the crocodile, and she's like, "That was some impressive fighting back there." And you go, "Yeah, come here often?" And she looks at you and goes, "I'm married, thanks." And now she's gonna try to push you off the boat.
Dude, you just met her. We don't even live here.
Alligator Cindy
I cry
rolls
my
a...
crocodile tears into my crocodile beers for crocodile years.
She rolls a 9. You do have advantage because you're raging. One, you roll a 12, and you are able to throw Crocodile Cindy off into the water, where they join Crocodile Pete and swim off together.
My plan is give perfectly.
And
They're free.
Yeah. As that happens, the wild magic wears off.
Rocknado go.
Becoming sad, you come out of your rage, and you are now just standing on the boat next to Diamond Hand. We're gonna go back over to the side of the shoreline here to check on the soup situation with Senri and Hardy Hardcore. You guys are making a soup out of
Oh,
this
right, I
beaver.
was supposed to be making soup.
Yeah, this whole time that this is going on, you've been making this soup. You know, it takes a while. You gotta put it. It's low and slow. You gotta really simmer that.
Do I have any Pio-san?
Any poison? I mean, I don't think you'd have poison. You're like a wrestler, unless
Poison.
You know, I don't think you'd have poison on you. You're like class as a wrestler.
No, she said Pio-san.
Okay, well, I don't know what Pio-san isn't real, so you definitely don't have that, and you don't have poison either. Is there anything Is there anything you're trying to do with this soup? Or are you just making like the best soup that you can? That's actually,
Steroids?
you know what? Actually, you know what? Chat had a very good point. You are a green dragonborn. Because Bobber decided to draw you green. And green dragonborns do have poison as their breath weapon. That made a very good point. I gotta hand it to him.
I breathe into the spoop.
Okay. You breathe into the spoop. Alright. As you're making this
Do not tarnish my soup, lady. Cooking is a sacred time new.
Yeah, you watch in almost terror as
No.
this dragon
Not the spoop.
as this dragon just belches poison into your broth, completely throwing off the balance, giving the borscht a green and sulfuric note. However, at this point, the poison also hits the beaver, who at this point just been chilling in the soup as it came up to temperature. The beaver gets poisoned and dies.
New.
Yeah. So, but you do now have a vat of poisoned soup.
Sorry, furry friend.
You have a bowl of poisoned soup. What would you like to do with it?
Well, I did plan on making it into a stew.
True. Low and slow, that's the plan. You've got, yeah, poisoned beaver stew is what you have.
Toxic Beaver would be a great band name.
It would be a great band name. I agree. Toxic Beaver would be a great band name. Alright, what would you like to do with this? You going to try to offer it to Diamond Hand, Hand of the Lake?
I call Diamond Hand.
Alright, he looks over away from the barbarian that just threw his crocodiles into the water. He goes, "Oh, is the soup ready?"
I have distracted Diamond Hand with croc drama.
Yeah, I'll say that,
Soup
yeah,
is ready.
because he was distracted with the drama of the crocodiles, he did not witness you very obviously in front of everyone poison the soup with your dragonborn breath because he was distracted by crocodile marital drama. So he will pull his...
Why are we trying to kill him again? To make the town tax less.
That's a great question. That's a great question that maybe you guys can ask yourself while he comes over. Is why are we trying to kill him?
I am
again?
immune, right?
Hang on. Dragonborn.
Yeah, this guy isn't the Marauders. He's been in the pond for decades.
Yeah, but he said he collected all the taxes and riches from the town. But he's not the Marauders that stole the blacksmith gold, but kill him, he probably does have some money. You have resistance to the damage type determined by your aim.
How from the pond?
How from the pond? His influence is boundless. The townsfolk need the water from the lake, and if he owns the lake, they gotta pay up.
Fine, let's kill him for communism, comrades.
All right, you will dismount from the boat with Diamond Hand, Hand of the Lake. You see he sort of steps onto the ground shakily. He says, "I'm still getting my land legs." He's like, oh, that looks like good soup right there. Right. Would you like to?
It's green cause of the food coloring.
Food coloring? Isn't that supposed to be bad for you? I read an article that said you're not supposed to have red 40. Is this like green 40?
Authority is derived by a mandate from the masses, not some farcical aquatic ceremony.
It is green 69.
Green 69? Well, I do happen to be green. So I guess
nice.
it should be fine for me.
Exactly.
He's like, he grabs a portion of the soup and he looks to the three of you. He says, "Well, this is a momentous occasion. I haven't shared a meal in so long. We should all have some." He looks at the three of you. He stares at you.
I take a huge bowl.
Okay.
I just ate, but I will watch.
Oh, that makes sense, because you had the soup already. Alright, he looks to, you, Hillman Chopper.
Don't worry. I'm just winding up to enjoy this soup.
Okay. You're gonna use your wind-up ability to wind up to enjoy the soup very slowly. Alright, I'm gonna make
It takes a while.
I'm gonna make a roll for Skelaxia to resist the poison. It's gonna be, I'll give you advantage because you're Dragonborn, so it's like 2d20, keep the highest. That's a 10.
Oh no.
He will eat the soup. And he'll be like, he eats the soup and he says, "You know, at first I was worried when you were putting the beaver in there, but it does add a bit of a gamey note to the flavor," and then he falls over dead. Skelaxia, however, you are not dead. However, you are currently poisoned.
Wait, this beaver is poisoned.
So until you get a cure for your poison, you will be at a disadvantage to all of your rolls. Alright, and at this point, we're gonna re-roll the players. Chat, go ahead and type player 1, player 2, or player 3.
Alright guys, help me hide this busy.
Bye.
Oh,
Hi
07.
players, thanks for playing. Let's get new players in. Pick player 1 first. Dirty Raccoon, we got player
Danku
1.
friends.
Get some player 2s in chat. Player 2s in chat. Can we get player 2s?
Dank indeed.
Got Tech 72
Player
Master
2.
for player 2. We get player 3. We got Is Your TV Running for player 3. Alright.
In back.
You have all successfully slain Diamond Hand, Hand of the Lake, and freed
Wakes
the
up,
town's
wah.
water supply.
Wah.
What does this man have on his boat?
Alright, yeah, you can, you search the boat. And I will go ahead and give you a 20 roll. That is a natural 20.
Where am I? What happened? I was fishing a moment ago, it's fine. Let's go.
Throws up a little.
Don't throw up a little. You're fine.
I'm going to, check his body. Definitely for loot, and not rocks.
Right,
Pog.
okay. You will find, among his possessions both on the boat and on his body, a sum total of 100 gold.
Among Amogus.
Hey, all right. Yes, I did say among.
We're rich.
Among is a word. All right. It doesn't. It's not among us. Yeah, you find 100 gold in his boat, and Hillman Chopper, you find a very shiny rock on the coastline that was kicked up by the boat coming to shore.
Now I can buy 1 garlic for 50 gold.
I'm going to make sure no one is looking and then pocket it.
All right. Yeah, you pocket the rock successfully, and the rest of you
Asterisk, the
have
soul of the
gold.
player still exists through the morph.
You
Asterisk.
You have your party together. Where would you all like to go next? You can head to the tavern. You can stops in town. You do hear a lot of noise
Sail across the seas.
coming from the nearby tavern. There's not really much seas.
You
It's
guys
just-
remember those marauders I mentioned?
It's just a lake, really. I'll let the party decide where they want to go.
And that poor blacksmith's 2 sons?
Oh. Blacksmith.
I hear they almost died.
That's true. That's true. The blacksmith did tell you about his 2 sons. And that they almost died when they were attacked by bandits.
We have gold now, so we can, enhance my bowl of soup?
Almost dead isn't dead. They'll recover.
Throws up in mouth a little.
So it's stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I will tell you guys if you want to.
Anyway, I'm kinda tired. Should we go take some naps at the tavern?
All right, looks
Slash
like
me yawns.
looks like the party
Silence.
will be heading into the tavern.
At Nerdy Raccoon, not right now.
Also, one of your party members is still.
We have an adventure
poisoned.
to embark.
I would recommend probably.
Sorry, I'm kind of piased on account of the P.O. sun in the spoop.
Yeah, there was a lot of P.O. Sun in that split. Is the thing. All right, where's the party going? Are we going to the tavern, or are we going out on adventure? We do have a.
Where
you
do we
guys-
get antipotion?
That's a good question. There is a temple in town. Maybe there's somebody there that could give you some kind of anti.
Soup can do it.
Soup can do it. Well,
Didn't that P.O. sun come out of you? How are you not immune to your own bile?
well, hey, that's the thing about it, Drim. As you
Can I see my abilities?
Yeah, you can see. Your
Ah, yes. Thoughts and
I
prayers
believe
will
you
cure my P.O.
actually- I
son.
believe you do actually have a ability.
I
that
only
can heal
screenshotted
allies.
P1.
Yeah, you have Ray of Soup, can be used to heal allies or burn foes. Energize Broth and Slop a Dealer. Take you back to the town.
I cast the ray of soup on it. Isirv running.
Alright. You cast Ray of Soup on your poisoned teammate. I'm gonna roll a d20 plus 3. As a 12. I will say that is enough. You are able to cure them from being poisoned.
Pod backslash.
Pog backslash.
Oh wait, I thought the soup would be hot. This is kinda nice actually.
Yeah, it's just literally a beam of soup. It just fills you. It's just the warm feeling of health.
How about more slashes forward slash backslash backslash forward slash backslash? They can be used as weapons.
Moisturizes my scales.
All right, well,
Wait, I can't break the fourth wall here.
Hey, where to next, team? Got the rest of the town to explore?
Adventure.
You could go to Adventure.
I propose we go to the tavern. Surely someone there will know where these Meruiters are.
You could.
That ray of soup made me feel like $1,000,000. I think we could kill some marauders.
Yeah, you could just head
Screw
on
bars.
the road, or you could go to the tavern to try to get information.
Adisird running, which is why they call me a Drim.
For some reason, backslash.
All right, party. I'm gonna need just a one-word vote on where you guys all want to go, and wherever.
I thought they call you that because it's your name.
Whatever the consensus is. It looks like the two options are gonna be tavern or just out of town.
Leave this place.
All right, player one, give me your
Didn't the
vote.
blacksmith tell me where the marauders were?
He just said it was on the road. He didn't give you any specifics.
Adisird running it's just a chara.
On the road we go, then.
All right, looks like the party is going to embark on
Glitch.
a journey through the road. All right, I'm gonna re-roll player one's, player two, and player three. Chat. Give me votes for player one.
Wait, reroll? Don't tell me.
Player 2.
Don't kick me out the gates again.
Bull got Sky Dragon Rider for player one. Got Is Your TV
Hi.
Running for player three, player two. We got Bear Lover for player three. All right. Going to make a roll.
Hi.
Slash me replaces Tech 72 Master.
All right, which one of you three is navigating as you guys take off on the road?
I will.
All right, I will make cool. Using all of your barbarian wisdom. That's an 11.
Lead the way, Holmheimhoser.
Right. That. As your adventure continues, you find yourselves at a crossroads with seemingly multiple directions that you could go. Also, chat,
It
remember,
seems
if
that
it's
there are
not your
multiple
turn,
directions
feel
we could
free
go.
to give suggestions. It seems there are multiple directions to go. Yes, that is what I said to you.
Nothing wrong with flipping a coin.
Well,
I've spent this whole time face 2 inches from the ground following the path with the best rocks.
yeah, you're just looking at the rocks. There are a lot of rocks over here in this kind of wall area. as you've sort of led the party into the center here. Looks like the options ahead of you is you could turn left in the road, you could turn right, or you could go off, sort of back around the way you came.
Is there any indication of bandit activity or potential soup kitchens?
Alright, I will give you an investigation check to look for signs of bandit activity. With a 13. I will say it's harder. It's hard for you to tell exactly where any bandit activity is just based on the road. It looks like a very well-traveled road. And as for soup kitchens, the only direction that you smell soup is back the way you came.
Let's just try left.
Okay, you want to just try going left. There's one vote for just
Left is good rocks.
All right. Looks like the party has come to a 2 out of 3 consensus that when faced with a fork in the road and they don't know where to go, they will just pick.
I would like to throw some
left.
soup and see which way it takes me. Flip coin.
All right, you flip a coin. The coin tells you to go left. So with now a unanimous vote, the party will move on to the left.
Bobbernutters.
What you will
The
find
portents are good.
in the road appears to be a broken wagon with a small purple man in front of it. Okay, man.
Inner stranger!
You approach the stranger, and he will come up to you. He says, "Why, hello there. My name is H. What a pleasure to meet you. Oh, but it seems I've run into a bit of wagon trouble. Perhaps you strong adventurers could help me fix my wheel?"
Quietly says to Hitman Chapper, this guy looks like he eats a lot of soup.
Ah, yes, allow me to more properly introduce myself
Attempt to punch
you
will
three.
back together.
My
What
first
seems to
name
be
is
wrong with
H,
the
but
wagon?
my full name is H.G. Widefellow. I'm a traveling practitioner of the religious arts, and I was on my way to Lakeside Town to see that beautiful little chapel they have there. Oh, what seems to be wrong with the wagon, you say, my good boy? Well, the wheel is simply broke, as you can see very clearly. It's done come off. Split in twain it has. And I left without a wheel. My horse is done run off as well. I'm just a boy with a wagon.
I would like to inspect the wheel and whether or not it could be repaired with ray of soup.
Alright, you inspect the wheel. Let me give you a roll. On a 16. You inspect the wheel, you see that it potentially could be repaired, but not by your ray of soup. Your ray of soup is, very...
I roll to find a round rock to replace the wheel.
Your ray of soup is very people orientated. You know, you wanna get the soup that feeds the people. Whereas, you know, this is a wheel. This is an inanimate object. It can't eat soup. It can't have soup at all.
My soup speaks to the people, Piccolo.
All right. You Human Chapter, you will look around for a rock to replace the wheel with. And you will roll a natural 1. You will be
Nice!
You think you find a rock, you start digging a hole in here, and your portion of the 100 gold that you got falls down into the hole and is buried beneath the earth.
New.
Sorry, I don't think we can help you, H. We don't have the tools.
He goes, "Oh, well, that's all right. I suppose I
How
could..."
about, is the wagon wheel an ally that I might energize?
I don't think I would call the wagon
Perhaps
wheel
with some
an
broth?
ally. He says, "Well, I suppose if you can't help that..." Oh my god, well, who are those people? You will all turn around to see 3 snakes with
Drat,
spears.
boiled again.
They appear to be holding spears with tips of obsidian. They are members of the Obsidian Stone Cult, the criminal syndicate that rules these roads. They're gonna pull you into battle.
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah, well, they are stone cold because these are stone
I'm still
cold
digging.
killers.
Could these be the bandits?
These, you will tell, yeah, these are definitely the bandits. They are coming raid in wagon. Which means that we are going to start combat. I'm going to put you all in initiative order.
Reroll me, I must go.
I'm going to roll everybody's initiatives. I will pop out the turn tracker. Alright, Hillman Chapper.
I hope this isn't the bottom line for us because Stone Cold said so.
Alright, player 1, you're up.
Sky said they had to go.
Oh, okay. Be a new player 1, chat. Orbital.
Yee.
You're our new player 1. You're on the first round of combat.
Farewell, Sky.
Feel free to use any of your 3 abilities.
I cast Wild Magic Rage.
Alright, you go into your wild magic rage. I will roll a D100 to see if something horrible happens to you. On a 46, you do begin to rage. However,
Damn.
something horrible will happen to you. You fly into a wild magic rage, but as you were digging in the ground looking for stones, you've left your hammer behind. And now you are raging with no hammer and no rocks. Alright, we go over
My
to...
fists are as strong as limestone.
We're gonna go over to player 2. Player 2, you're up. Is your TV running? This is your turn.
He may not have a hammer, but at least he has 2 guns.
That's true. Doing plan 2.
I would like to energizing broth Galaxia.
Alright, you will use your energizing broth on player 3. Lover, you have your abilities at so roll a Alright, you will use your first ability. Is your Bahamut Buster. So feeling the energizing power of soup, you will roll up to this
Grog grabs a guy.
snake, and on a 14 you will grab him. And you will do 9 damage. We'll go. He's almost dead.
I would also like to step back.
Makes sense? Alright, you step back, putting yourself in between HG Widefellow. At the snake's turn. Snakes are going to attack as a group. And on a 14, they surround Galaxia and start stabbing you. Oh
Fear
my
not,
God, they
Soup
start
Consumer.
stabbing you.
We shall protect you.
They stab you for 5 damage. You're at half HP. But it's your turn. Player 3, you're up.
Ugh, maybe it's time to take it from the top rope.
Your ultimate ability.
Think of the ring, like Hell in a Cell.
Alright. You're going to use your ability from the top rope to attack
Some kind of
the
Undertaker.
snake leader and deal automatic crit damage. You will do 13 damage, which is enough with your ultimate ability to outright kill this snake and this snake. Alright, we're going back up to the top of the round.
Die, bandits.
At the top of the round is going to be player 1.
Way to throw mankind off Hell in a Cell and plummet 16 feet through an announcer's table.
Henry Cavill reloads arm, feel the weight of these stony hands. Rock tornado.
Oh shit. You said a rock tornado heading his way. That will hit the snake. With your rage, I'm gonna add a bonus to your damage. It'll be +4 instead of +2. You do 10 damage. Which is the exact amount of hit points that this snake has. We'll defeat the snakes. Sending them back from whence they came. You look around.
Did they have the gold?
Yeah, you can give me
Great work, comrades. Here, have some soup. Ray of soup on Scalaxia.
Use your ray of soup. Heal your comrade, and on a nat 20, it will
These serpents give
fully
Obsidian a
restore
bad
them.
name.
And also on a nat 20, I'll let that roll right into the next. You will find the missing gold that the blacksmith and his 2 beautiful sons were looking for.
Can I inspect their spears?
Yeah, you inspect their spears and you see they are made out of a fine rock. But approaching from the side of the road, here comes the leader of the snakes with scales made of rock,
You.
holding a wagon wheel in their hand.
Them!
I'm putting them in the turn order. You see the leader of the Stone Clan, Anita Wheel. Appearing in front of you. They appear you. They say in their two voices from their two mouths. They say, "You may have defeated my snake minions, but you won't get this wheel this easily." What do you guys do?
Anita, it was you.
They threaten us with that which we need. Curse of slop!
You cast Curse of Slop. I want to give you advantage. I'll say they're surprised. Not because I'm trying to hurry through the adventure or anything. As an 18.
I don't care about no stinking wheel. Obsidian is sacred gra.
You see that they will be afflicted, stunned by the Curse of Slop, restrained in place, and they drop the wheel on the ground. Alright, player 1, player 3, what are you guys doing? Yeah, their two heads begin yapping to each other.
Tell us about your favorite media, Worm.
Alright, the Worm will tell you about their favorite media, how they just spent the most of last year watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and how it held up really good and is not only good science fiction, it's good television. Also, they're planning on watching The Sopranos soon.
Can I do my second ability and use the wheel they are carrying?
You want to
look and
bash
scale like
them
a
with
dragon.
the wheel? Alright. Use your ability. That's their roll. You roll a 5 to dodge. You roll a 10 to hit. You grab the wheel. Like a dragon, you bash them. Bash them with the side of the wheel. Non-lethally. They fall back into the bush.
Jesus, take the wheel!
Completely stunned and immobilized from yapping. They slither away. So you guys have won this combat at this point. We're able to deliver the wheel to H.G. Widefellow. We'll collect it, deliver you guys back to
I start
town.
taking all the spears with me.
And
How convenient.
I think
We found
that's-
you a baby wheel.
Yeah, you found a baby wheel. I think that's pretty much where we're gonna wrap up this session. Because in the respect of time, and it is pretty late.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Sci-Fi.
Hello, Bomber.
Clap!
Hi. I did not realize it's 10:30 now. I did
Holy
not
crap,
realize
Jay.
it went so
It's a baby
fast.
wheel.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
Clap.
I was like, this will take like an hour, and then we were an
GG,
hour in and
everyone.
just starting.
Clap.
True. I was not ready for that.
I should have been ready.
Well,
I
damn.
should've known D&D always takes longer than expected. But hey, that was a good session.
How did your chat do? How did you guys like it? What
Yeah,
happened?
Chad, how did you guys like it?
How much did you see? And
I saw
What
a
did
bunch
you,
through like the GM view, but I feel like chat didn't that much. The art was amazing. Yeah.
I was like 2 seconds away from saying as soon as you did that, this guy popped out of this guy's wagon.
Oh shit. Oh boy. I love him. Dude, I love all these little guys. You gotta keep this collection of little guys for when we do this more legit.
100%. It's gonna stockpile up. Like, straight up, you guys didn't even see like 6 other characters that I had made around
The art
town.
was amazing. Crowdsourcing making the characters was super fun. Yeah, I think so. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to simplify it next time. Either have all of chat be one character or have like way simpler characters. You know, but I love the soup guy. The soup guy was our best idea, I gotta say.
Trim is excellent. I love him.
Yeah.
I feel good about our entire main cast.
Yeah,
All of them
for
are
real.
bangers.
This was
Have you guys has your chat seen some of the other additional characters back in the other map?
No, we could look at them if you wanted.
I think we're good. I wanted to
Alright,
see what I was working on
go
that
to the
entire time.
town. I noticed we put a couple guys in the tavern. I see a dwarf, I see a clown, I see an anteater, bartender.
Yes. I also got some time to put someone in the chapel too.
This is Calligraphy Carmine the Fifth. Corgan Loudmouth. Leonard the Ant Slayer and Tavern Keep. The ant. This. Malcolm still alive. The lobster on the table is a token.
Yep. I also had an individual. You were like, "Let's go to the chapel," so I'm like, "Oh, let me get prepared for that," and I
Oh my
speed
God.
around that guy.
Dude, I like this little guy.
That's the first guy I drew.
Yeah, you can tell that you were trying to draw him as fast as possible.
I was just like, you know, be the funniest guy, just a stickman ass looking dude.
Yeah.
Shaq.
Jonathan Pontus III.
Yeah, on my end, I learned that I think what I should do is have at least already a handful of NPCs scattered about. Not too many, but just some, just so the story can get going. And then after that, I can add them in more. This is what I was
talking about when we were brainstorming, is like I will just make like a list of environments, and then you can like use that to brainstorm as like prep.
Yes. I should pre-prep a handful of guys already, and then do much more.
I like
live
the
art
random
during the day.
beavers just scattered throughout the town.
Yeah, that was my. Actually, the first idea I had was the beaver. I just put a bunch of beavers everywhere.
This was a great test of this.
Yeah, chat. If you guys liked it, let us know. If you guys liked your characters and stuff, draw them. Make some fan art. I love to see that shit.
Yeah, are you gonna keep going, Bobber? Because I'll chat.
Oh, no shot. I'm gonna
It's
sleep. I
fucking
got work
late.
tomorrow.
Bro,
Yeah.
this motherfucker, he messaged me, he said, "You want to do something?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah, I'd love to do something." He says, "How about right now?" At fucking, like, ungodly hours.
Dude, I would have still gone if you were going. I would have not realized, and it would have been midnight. I'd be like, oh.
That's why I was like, it's getting fucking late, man.
True. Thank you, chat.
This
Chat,
man has
also,
a
please
job.
let us know if you have any ideas for us to consider and make this even better for you guys.
Oh, man. I'm
yeah. Thank you,
excited to
Cypher.
watch back your POV and see what your process.
Dude, same. And now that I'm
It
not
was so
frantically
fucking
trying to
hectic.
make shit, I'm gonna watch yours.
Yeah. Alright, well, hey, good to plan a legit.
Yes, let's plan a legit version. Make this super awesome. I think the chat will like it. All right,
will see
gamers.
you.
I'll see you later. Thank you.
Alright, chat. That was an impromptu little second stream for the day. I have to go. It's fucking late. I don't even have anywhere to send you. I have to go.